how do you ensure good transition of leadership from one group of key volunteers to another? This historically has been the problem as to why movements haven't grown. That transference of leadership hasn't happened really well. But there is a solution to this. So let's have a look at how we can do that. The first thing is we're going to limit the time that a key volunteer is leading an area. And we're going to then set the skill level for leading an area to be at achievable, not at perfection. Perfection will take too long and it's too hard to transfer perfection in leadership to someone else. But achievable, that's great. And we also want to create attractive holes or opportunities as one key volunteer steps out of an area for a new person to step in. And they're bringing into that skills that they've already learned. So, I'll give you an example of it. Let's say you've got prayer running on campus and Tom is the area coordinator of prayer. Now, that doesn't mean that Tom leads every prayer group on campus. No, he's actually mauling the skill of how to lead a prayer group to people. Now, he sees someone who he's been mauling to, a guy called Bill. He's a first year. He's come along to prayer a few times, checked it out. Tom asked him, could I maul this skill to you, how to run a prayer meeting? Yeah. And Bill seems to have done well in that. And then after a semester, and Bill's done, he's coming along, Tom sees Bill and thinks, hey, I want to ask you, Bill, to be my mini-me for coordinating the area of prayer. How you do that on campus and how you maul it to others well, how you set it up to be something that people want to come along to and enjoy. And Bill says, yeah, I'd like that. And so then Tom takes on Bill as his mini-me. And then over the next 6-month period, Tom is still leading, but mauling the area of how do you lead the group to Bill. So then, at the end of that 6-month period, Tom moves out of leading prayer as an area and Bill moves in to take his position. And that's now created another hole for Bill to have a mini-me. And he's recognised that Julie's been coming along to prayer and doing well, led a few prayer groups, etc. And he asks her, Julie, can you be my mini-me for coordinating the area of prayer? And so then in Bill's next semester, he's leading the area and Julie's becoming the next person who will lead that area. And so then after another 6 months when Bill steps out, Julie of course steps in and she asks someone else to be her mini-me in the area of prayer. Now let's go back to Tom. What happened to Tom when he stepped out? Tom stepped out of leading the area of prayer and he can become on campus a plugger. A plugger is a key volunteer who could start a new area of campus or look and make sure that all the other areas are okay, see if anyone else needs a guiding hand. But he's kind of free to have a look around and see how can we develop and grow the campus. Because as you get more key volunteers, you'll need more areas to create holes in and you have the ability to run more things. Some core groups might start. There might be some college movement that might start. Something else that Tom can do as a plugger. That way, with a limiting of around 6 months, and some skills may take a little bit longer to acquire, that's okay, but you want to have some sort of limit for the length that your key volunteer can be in a role, so they're always taking the initiative to transfer out as they're reskilling a new group of key volunteers to take their place. And that way, you'll have that continuation on of good student leadership on campus without the pitfall of that stopping along the way. So, have a look at that and see if you can look on your campus and transfer that leadership well through cycling through.